Good morning again, folks. It's another lovely weekend. I was up from 6:30. I went snorkeling. Beautiful sea, very clear. And I promised myself that I'll invest in an underwater camera so I can share Jehovah's magnificence in all its glory. I was up last night, way into the morning, beautiful moonlight, and actually saw guys with lights on snorkeling. Well, I imagine they're spearfishing. Now that's a bit above my pay grade. I don't think I'll be going out in the night. I'm intimidated by that kind of stuff. But the fishes out there are beautiful. Underwater is just amazing. Now this morning, as I continue to delve into topics that most people find uncomfortable or inconvenient or both, just to compare and contrast Jehovah's kingdom principles versus what obtains in the matrix. Now we're told in Holy Bible that God made man in his own image, and the purpose is to subdue the earth and create his kingdom of heaven on earth. And the Holy Bible is the manual that gives us the guideline, the blueprint, so to speak, of how we're to proceed. However, Satan has other ideas, and all this started in the Garden of Eden when he convinced Eve to pretty much challenge what Jehovah expressly stated they were not to do. And nothing has changed since. But for the fact that Jehovah gave Satan dominion over the earth and allows him free rein to conquer all who choose to live in disobedience to kingdom principles. Because let us be clear, Satan has no sway over Christians who are Holy Bible reading and believing and are obedient to kingdom principles. And I keep writing and sharing that there are no coincidences that the Holy Bible has been removed from the schools and removed from all aspects of life because of the manipulations of Satan. Because the matrix cannot survive and thrive if people are living according to Holy Bible teachings. So the best thing to do is we get rid of the Bible. And that is almost a done deal in most societies. There are a few of us Christians, and I'm hoping that the numbers will grow, who are holding on for dear life at the expense of ridicule, chastisement, criticism, because it's a fact that we all sin and fall short of the glory. But there's nothing that says that we have to continue doing so, or that we should not keep seeking first Jehovah's kingdom. Just keep striving. Now the devil doesn't want us to seek Jehovah. He doesn't want us to read the Bible. He doesn't want us to come into the truth of why we are here and our true purpose. As I've said before, he has created the Matrix as an alternative universe to rival Jehovah's kingdom. And Satan as the Antichrist, we can very well understand that the rules of engagement in the Matrix will seldom reflect what Holy Bible says. But for exceptional cases where he will use the very words of the Bible to lead many astray. Because let us be very clear that Satan knows the Bible better than all of us as Holy Bible believing Christians. He's a fallen angel. He's there with the Creator, so he knows, he understands. So he knows exactly what buttons to push to get the results he wants. And the only thing that will save us is for us to run under the covering of Jesus Christ, who has defeated him and has offered us that protection. But he's not going to impose, Jesus Christ that is, he's not going to impose himself on us, because he gives us free will to choose. And it is this free will that Satan continues to manipulate and trick those who are spiritually gullible. Because if we understand that life on earth is not end all be all, to date no one has figured out how to transition to the afterlife with all the things that they strive for and accomplish in this world. So those who are scheming, deceiving to acquire earthly wealth are really fools. And I'm sure many are hearing me to say that Christians must live in poverty. Well, I can tell you one thing, that I am a Christian, I'm unashamed, and I'm not living in poverty, don't intend to. But I am not going to put my selfish ambition, striving after material things, before seeking first the kingdom of Jehovah. That's really the difference between Jeremy today and Jeremy pre 50 years old. Because I too have been consumed by the Matrix, trying to get validation and affirmation. And I do believe that I did a very good job, which is precisely why I was in bondage for a very long time. Now back to the fundamentals. God, and my God is Jehovah, says man should leave mother and father and take unto himself a wife, and the two shall become one. And his instructions to a man as a husband is that he should love his wife the way Christ loves the church, which means that a godly husband must die to self for his wife, irrespective of what she does or doesn't do. That's what he commands us to do. Now we can choose to or not. But when you choose to be obedient, then you're going to allow Jehovah to control all the consequences that flows from obedience, as he has promised in the Holy Bible. Now many of us, myself included at one point or another, decided that I couldn't wait on Jehovah, so I took matters into my own hands with disastrous consequences resulting in one failed marriage and 2 children out of wedlock. One resulting from fornication, one from adultery, and one within the context of marriage under questionable circumstances. Because at all stages, I was not living according to Jehovah's kingdom principles. And as such, the consequences that resulted from that were not godly consequences. Now, I am focusing on what I, as a husband, ought to do. The Bible tells wives that they must be submissive to their own husbands. But I'm not a wife, so I'm not concerned about that. Now, here comes Satan with the matrix. As he did to Eve in the Garden of Eden, he comes and he tells women that you're free to do whatever you want to do. You're equal to men. You can accomplish what you will. You don't have to make yourself into a wife so that a husband can find you. You can go out, and because you have control over granting access to sex, you're liberated, so you can have sex as you please, with whomever you please, whenever you please. And you have males who equally are happy to oblige because they too are ignorant and are led by their feelings and idiosyncrasies. So in the matrix, you have males and females having premarital sex, and as a result having children, and having the audacity to believe that they're equivalent to couples who follow the blueprint of the Holy Bible, decide to get married, and have children as an extension, as a byproduct of them being obedient to Jehovah's kingdom principles. So you get married first. The husband decides to love his wife the way Christ loved the church, and the wife understands what it means to be submissive to her husband. And once they've gotten that part of the puzzle working, then the children that result will naturally have the blueprint being modeled for them. And as they say, train up a child in the way they should grow, and when they're old, they won't depart from it. So you grow up and you see your mother and father being married according to Jehovah's kingdom principles and living according to Jehovah's principles. And hopefully at some point, when Satan comes along with his matrix and his temptation, because he has a lot of minions who are glamorizing Antichrist living, because we've made relationships about material existential things, and that is the allure of the matrix. So women who value being equivalent to men are attracted to the matrix, and Satan finds them very attractive because he can use them in furtherance of his dominion of the earth. Because the way Jehovah intended marriages to be is that economic wealth, all the material existential things that people draw on for validation are not necessary in a godly marriage. In a godly marriage, a husband doesn't have to earn more money than his wife for her to be submissive to him. In a godly marriage, women are not choosing husbands because of their money or because of their status, and vice versa. Because both the husbands and wives in godly marriages understands that their best outcome is obedience to holy Bible teachings and Jehovah's kingdom principles. The matrix is the only place where it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, male or female, him or her, him and her, based on how you feel on a particular day. Because that is the matrix for you. The matrix rewards antichrist behavior. The matrix celebrates antichrist behavior. The matrix destroys lives and prevents people from having an afterlife in heaven. Because most people who are successful in the matrix will never see the kingdom of Jehovah. Because their end all be all is what happens here on earth. So they want to own as many apartments and houses. They want to drive as many cars, that have as many women. Enough will never be enough when you're truly immersed in the matrix. And the irony is that with everything you have and successively accumulate, you're no better off than you were before. Hence, the reason we have people who, in spite of their accomplishments and their acquisitions, they're committing suicide because they're hopeless. There's no way why a Holy Bible reading and believing Christian should live defeated and frustrated. Yes, we will have financial challenges. Yes, we will have relational challenges. Yes, we'll have all kinds of struggles. But we have the assurance that our Lord and Savior is in control of all outcomes. And if we're obedient, then whatever it is that we're seeing as our outcome is for His glory. And we are to make ourselves amenable for it to be so. Now I sit here weekly and I talk about my failures. Because at 55 years old, I'm recognizing that everything that has happened in my life, everything that I have done, is not unique to me. As a matter of fact, the majority of people are where I was. The majority of people are trying to accomplish what it is that I have accomplished and found meaningless. And because of this reason, I've made my raison d'etre marriage, because I've been given a second opportunity to do it the right way. And I have every assurance that as long as I commit to loving my wife the way Christ loves the church, then everything that has happened in my past, every relationship that has failed, will be healed and made whole for the glory of Jehovah. Not in my time, not by my effort, but by his strength and his power. I go from month to month not worrying about how my bills are going to be paid. I'm not worried about my health or anything, because I put my faith in Jehovah and I do what he says I'm to do. I seek him first. I try to take care of my health. I exercise. And I work very hard at my craft. And I ensure that I do whatever it is I'm doing, embracing Jehovah's kingdom principles, and try to stay clear of Satan and his matrix. Try to stay clear of his folly. I don't want any authority from Satan. I don't want any authority from his matrix, because I know that he's a defeated foe. He's a waste of time. And all those who are following him, in spite of what they're accomplishing, whatever ministerial position they have in government, whatever jobs they have, whatever amount of money they have, whatever they own, it's all meaningless until they surrender, bow their knees to the one and only Jehovah. The matrix, the alternative universe created by Satan, is a waste of time. And my job till I die is to allow Jehovah to use my life, my failures, and my current status as a living testimony to his awesomeness. Not mine. I'm nothing. I'm nobody. But in his eyes, when I'm doing his will, I'm everything. Now, you can be bad-minded about it and vex if you want to vex. You can criticize if you want to criticize. You can feel any way you want to feel about me. But at the end of the day, I'm a Christian who's unashamed, love Jesus Christ in spite of all my feelings. I am confident that my place in heaven is assured, and whilst I'm here on earth, I'll be fine. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord as long as I have something to do with it. Because Satan has nothing to offer me. The matrix has nothing to offer me. I want nothing from him. You can take everything I have, as you have done before. In 2007, I lost everything. House, car, money in the bank, investments. I lost everything. 15 years later, here I am. Jehovah is wonderful. Thank you, Jehovah. Praise be to you. Wonderful.